Hey folks, welcome back to the channel here. I'm glad you could join us. I hope you're liking what you're seeing here on the channel. Make sure that you let me know down below in the comments how you're liking things, if I need to make any improvements. If you like what you see here, help the channel out here, and I need you to smash that big thumbs up button and to subscribe, and then hit that little notification bell so that way you know when I upload a new video to the channel. We're going to head out today to do some fishing. We're going to a spot that I haven't been to in several years. I know that it's still there. It's a small pond. It's on public ground, hunting ground, and I'm going to see how it is. I haven't been there in years. I don't know if the fishing's still any good or not, but we're going to give it a shot and see what happens. And that was a nice little notification on the phone. Now she's not a hunter or anything like that, but she'll be around on fishing trips and maybe some other things. Hey everybody, we just made it back out here, out to where we wanted to go. We're just going to be walking along here. We got a little walk here to get to the lake. The nice thing is we're the only ones out here. Bad thing is we're the only ones out here, so at least where I'm parked, it's near the road. Well folks, made it out here to the pond. I'll let you take a look here. I have a little bit of a dilemma, as you can see. That is a long walk, folks, to get out here and find out. This all right here in front of me, when I was younger, used to be clear. You could fish from this bank right in front of me, but obviously you can't now. I'm going to try and make it over to this clearing over here. I don't know. This is just a waste of time. I think I might end up having to pack up and go find another spot, but I'm going to make my way over here, take a look, and see if we can find a spot to throw in here, because obviously with this much cover, not a lot of guys are fishing this. I wouldn't think too much unless they're putting in kayaks somewhere. But we'll see what we can do, find out if there's a spot to fish here or not. All right, folks, from what you can see here, I found a little spot over here. I'm going to use my ultralight reel I brought in. I brought 3 rods with me, brought my bag caster, brought my medium light action. We'll give a dangle here and see what happens. That was a long walk, folks. That had to be at least a mile. I'm going to track it on Onyx going back to see how far that was of a walk. I was smart today. I did bring my live bait. I'm not sure how deep the water is here. I know it used to run, there used to be a plateau over here on the left-hand side where we were fishing. Something big just jumped over here. Don't know what that was, but you can see the ripples right there. I think this bait's running crooked is what's going on here. Alright guys, so we're going to give a little tight line action here. I'm just going to put on a piece of night crawler on the end of this bad boy and give it a rip out there. See what we get. You can see I have this on with a, I would say this is at least a quarter if not a half ounce weight egg sinker, and then I have just a typical number 6 hook here with a hooked in my line with what's called a bear claw. I love these things because you don't have to cut and tie your line every time you want to change your hook or a fish swallows your hook. You can just simply disconnect it and put on a new hook with a leader, and you're ready to go real quick. All right. I just put instead of putting a piece of nightcrawler on it, I just put a piece of a pretty good big juicy redworm on it. He's big enough to be a small nightcrawler. Make sure we're good to go here. We're just going to put this thing out there. That'll be good enough. All right, guys, I'm going to show you what I'm tying on here. I'm tying on another one of my little favorite spinners here. This time I bought a 3-inch gulp worm or minnow that I'm going to put on here. And then we're going to get that toss out on the ultralight. Hopefully, I only got 6-pound test on there, so hopefully catch something nice but not too terribly big, you know. Don't want to lose my rig. But I got a spinner here. Let's see if it says what size. It doesn't say what size it is. But this is about an 1/8-inch jig right here. Apologize again for the heavy breathing. I might give an explanation of some of that later on, of why some of that is and why I can't make too many walks like this. And but this was a 4-hour walk for me. This is probably a good mile hike in. It used not to be a big deal, but anymore it is. So, but maybe I'll give you an explanation here. Hopefully this wind isn't too bad for you. It's a little breezy out here, but it makes it comfortable. Today's the second day that we haven't had 90-degree weather. It's about upper 70s, low 80s. Beautiful day today. But you do still sweat. So with that being said, make sure that you bring something to drink with you. When you go out on hot days like today, you don't need to be dehydrating or anything like that. I don't know if that was a bite or not. We'll speed up the retrieve a little bit. I was going slow since it's been a warmer day, but we're going to speed up the retrieve, see if that helps any. Man, this whole thing is starting to not look so good. Getting a little concerned here. Oh, I got one. What do we have here? Oh, a big blue. Big bluegill. Nice bluegill. Not huge, but he's a nice bluegill. There we go. Well, at least we didn't get skunked. Hopefully I don't fall. That would not be a good thing. I hear fish jumping over here. Just don't know why they're not biting. One thing I haven't tried really is a bobber. I could try that. I'm just wondering if these places don't get hit, since it's the only clearing. They get hit so hard that they've seen everything. They just don't, fish don't bite over here. I wouldn't mind getting back in here with a canoe or a kayak, but I don't have one of them, so. All right, I think we're gonna stop wasting time and we're gonna head to a different spot. All right, everybody, well, you can just see the cars going by way up there. That's the road up by the parking lot. I've already walked about halfway. Half of it's in dirt through the woods. Half of it is on this nice path. Although it's easy walking, it does make a challenge for me. My feet and that don't like walking on hard surfaces like this. I may be paying for this tomorrow, but. All right, made it to my second spot here. Try to get down this rock pile without busting my rear end. I hope there are no snakes, because I truly hate snakes with a passion. If I see a snake, there's a good chance that everybody on the lake will know that I saw a snake. And I'm just man enough to admit it. But let me get down this rock pile and to where I can. That was a nice fish that just jumped right there. And let me get down this rock pile and pick it back up. All right, we're gonna give this chatterbait a toss over towards that bridge and see if it stirs anything up. Hopefully the wind isn't too bad for you through here. I'm hoping it's not beating you up too bad. This lake here, I'm at West Branch. This lake here has muskie, it has walleye, all sorts of panfish, bass, you know, those typical things, but it does have the walleye, it does have muskie. It is getting known better for the muskie fishing here than it has, from what I understand, has improved greatly. Not that I'm out here for a muskie or anything like that. I'm just out here to have some fun and to try and give you guys something entertaining to watch. So far that hasn't happened today, but we'll give it a shot. That was a bad cast. I might have fish on already. I do. I have something on. Maybe it's just weeds. It was just weeds. Doggone. That gave me a lot of hope there for a second. I thought, man, I threw it right in its mouth. I thought I felt something swimming away, but all right, let's try something else here. Ooh, the legs are all scratched up from walking through some of them weeds. Coming down here. Well, I would put on another, this is about a 16th ounce of a jig, and I have this little swim jig on here. And I'll throw it with my ultralight rod, see what happens here. This little swim bait. I would think that the action would do something. I should get something good here, but we'll give it a shot here. Oh, we got a fish. What do we have here, boys? Oh, we got a largie. Is it a largie or is it a smallmouth? Oh, it's a largie. Oh, hey, largie. Well, if I can get a hold of him. There you go, folks. He's not that big, probably a half a pound, but I want him to look like a 10-pounder, so I'm gonna move him closer to the camera for you. Got this little guy, got a picture with him, and we're gonna release him. Oh, see those pigeons right there? Those are target rich. ODNR wants you to shoot everyone you see. There's no season on them. They're considered an invasive species. So let's give this another shot here. Oh, I'm hung up. I got too close to the shore. Alright. Let's try to get up out of here without busting our rear end. Or a leg. Alright. That went a lot better than coming down. Hey guys, welcome back. I just wanted to do the outro. I waited to do it here when I got to the house. It's actually a few days later. It's cooled off. It's 81 degrees. Yes, it's 81 degrees and it cooled off. We've been in a hot streak for in the 90s for probably a good solid week and a half or so. And I just wanted to get back to you here and to close out the video. I wanted to let you know that we ended up only catching that small largemouth bass. He was probably about 12-13 inches long, somewhere in that ballpark. I didn't measure him, but we caught him on a little swim jig, and but he was fun to catch. At least we caught something that day and didn't get skunked totally. But I wanted to just cap things off here. That was a good fishing trip in my book. I got some things done that I wanted to get done. I hadn't been to that pond, small lake, that we went to the first time there with all the cattails. Didn't catch anything. I ended up marking that off on the app Onyx. I use Onyx. I also use base maps because both of them have things. I think Onyx is easier to use. But there's also things that are on base map. There's features that I really like that has. So I pay to have both. But it works to have one or the other. When I got back, I marked off the best I could how far of a walk that was at that small lake from the car to where I was fishing, and it was roughly about a half a mile. So that was a mile round trip walk. So that was a pretty decent little walk for me. Walking on grass and dirt and things of that nature are pretty easy. Half of that walk, I believe, was grass or dirt. The other half was paved. But I was pretty beat by the time I left there, and then went and fished down below the rocks. The rocks were a little bit hard for me to navigate. Just to make you guys aware, I told you I had a medical issue that causes me to get fatigued easily. The heat, that high heat, you will see it whip me pretty good. But it causes the fatigue to set in quicker sometimes. That issue that I do have, I'll just flat tell you, is MS. I have multiple sclerosis. It causes me to have fatigue. It hits everybody differently. Some people can go temporarily blind from it. Some people can be crippled from it. I'm very fortunate. I'm not crippled, you know. I have some issues. I have some neuropathy in my feet and legs. I have a little bit of neuropathy in my left hand. It's very minimal in my left hand, but I have some. I have enough to know that I have it. Let's just explain it that way. My feet and legs, I have it from about my knees down. But once my legs get tired, they get tired, you know. So on my video that you see where I was at the Goodyear blimp, that was a very hot day. That was a 91-degree day. That flat wore me out. You can tell by the end of the outro. There was nothing left in me. You know, it was just a matter of going in, cooling off, and getting something to drink and relaxing. Then my body can recuperate. And, you know, I've had it since I was 37, so I've had it for about 9 years now. I didn't know I had it since then. I didn't find out until I turned 40. I had my second episode with MS where it attacked. If you're not familiar with what MS is, though, MS is a neurological thing where your immune system begins to attack the coating that's on the nerve endings of your brain. So it's similar to how it was explained to me. It's similar to like the coating that you see on electrical wire, the blues, the reds, and things of that nature. If you would strip that coating off, that is what happens to us with MS. Those nerve endings are no longer protected. It gets eaten away, and now they're, you know, bare wires basically. It can leave residual, you know, effects to you. It affects my memory a little bit. It affects my balance some. It affects, again, the fatigue in my muscles, things of that nature. Sometimes I can't hunt from a hunting stand anymore, a tree stand. I don't feel comfortable doing that. I do have a new tree stand type thing. It's more of a platform, but I don't feel comfortable staying on a tiny little platform of a tree stand anymore. Because if I stand up, look left or right real quick, and look back, I can get dizzy. I don't need a baseball bat to do a dizzy bat race. And I just feel that it's too dangerous for me to get up into a tree stand anymore. But you'll see later on, you'll see me hunting from a blind type platform. That's only about 6-7 foot in the air. You'll see a video of that. I'm going to be putting that up this year. I have hunted from a ground blind before the previous 2-3 years. But I've went through 2 ground blinds. Down where I hunt, the wind can just whip. And it blew my ground blind totally away this time. Before we had a ice storm, and it collapsed it, crushed it, broke it. So I'm just done with ground blinds as far as I'm concerned. This should last a little bit longer. I'm just tired of putting money into it. But to get back to where I'm talking about here, to wrap up this trip. But I just wanted to let you know that I'm back to the house here. I'm wrapping this up. Did have a great little trip. Got to see some turkeys. Got to catch a fish. And then I'll be heading out again here before too long, and I should be uploading this here pretty quick here within the next day or two. And then I'm going to head out to one of the local lakes in a different area, and I plan on doing some bass fishing there and trying to at least catch a fish to show that I can catch fish, more than one. But we'll give it a try and we'll see what happens here as long as the weather holds up. We've been going through a drought as well, but that seems to have come to a kind of somewhat of an end here. We're actually, I'm looking at the sky.
From State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Alright guys, so just to wrap this up, I'm just going to wrap this up here at the end. So it was a good trip, enjoyed it. Again, I'm going to try and fish at a local lake here sometime in the next couple of days. We'll get that video up going. If you enjoyed this video, you could use your help. I just need you to give me a big thumbs up, hit that notification button, and subscribe. And then if you hit that little bell for the notifications, it'll let you know every time I upload a new video. And until next time, peace.